Hey guys, Elisa Mousy here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to what we are now calling Monster Monday. Is it cheesy? Yes! Do I care? Not at all. Okay, so you guys are gonna kind of hate me for this, and I'm sorry. But we're resetting the progress. Do I want to flush everything? Yes, I do. Yes. Because here's the thing. This is a completionist run. For those of you who haven't seen the streams that I did way back when, basically the game tracks how many secret endings, encounters, and results that you get. And so the goal, the reason it being completionist, is because I wanted all of them. But there's a lot that I have to like track and stuff, and it's just going to be easier to track from the videos rather than trying to go over from the live streams. So, sorry, I guess we're starting over. But without further ado, and I'm sorry that I keep glancing to the side, that is where my secondary monitor is. So, without further ado, let's do our first run, just one player. I will probably be doing some runs, like, by myself, but with multiple players. I might occasionally even have guests on. Who knows? We'll see. You know what? First time, let's start out the first term. Give it, and then the short game. Short game. Ah, spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. I'm sorry, I had to check and make sure. Shit, I actually don't know if my thing is recording or not. We will be right back, folks. Okay, we're back. Sorry. That was a little bit of a thing. But we're good now. I suddenly realized I could see my microphone thing, like, popping up, but I didn't know if that was the source that was applied to the... Whatever. We are first playing as my sweet baby bean Oz.
I can do this.
Said Love Oz. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates.
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Though I realized that was a little quiet, I think, so I'm going to try and move this a little bit closer. That should be better. Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, a 21... Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, 400-something. A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Polly Geist, 22, maybe. A party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them. But who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, trademark. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start! Democracy is just broken. What would be the best way of choosing the leaders of modern society? Whoever can play the most heartbreaking violin solo wins. We put all the candidates in an empty room with a wild grizzly bear. Whoever kills the bear should be our president. If everyone dies, then it's obvious. The bear should be our president. We create a reality show called America's Next Top President, where the candidates compete in all kinds of physical and mental challenges. Voter turnout would increase, and we would turn a profit on it. I like the one with the bear. What would be the coolest prize you could find in your box of cereal? A tiny piece of sharp metal, so every scoop will be full of thrill and danger. The phone number of that sexy tiger on the front of the box. He's so passionate about breakfast and health that he's surely also a great lover. Or a sample of a more nutritious breakfast option so people are encouraged to stop eating that colorful crap. I'm gonna say the sharp metal. And there's a reason for these. What would be your dream first date? A sweaty manly wrestling match? A lovely walk in the forest after rescuing your date from a dragon? A wild party in international waters? A professional meeting where you charm your date with some astonishing business advice? An art exhibition experimental enough to give you a seizure? Or crimes? Okay, because the thing is if anyone knows me, if anyone watched my live streams, you know I have a thing for Damien. I want to try to get Damien on my first run. So that's why I was going for bold stats. And each of these, because there are 6 characters to go after, this will kind of give you a bonus extra heart and kind of lead you in the right direction. So we have Liam, Miranda, Vera, Polly, Scott, and Damien. This is Polly. That I feel like might... I want to say crimes. Yes! Sorry! It was a little fuzzy because I could see arguments for other things. Okay, so we have to get our boldness and our fun up. And luckily, I know where you get those, and even if I didn't, when you hover over the stats menu, it shows you where we'll get you what. So if I want to be more bold, I gotta go into the bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Later, you're minding your own business, which soon proves to be difficult when you notice Damien and Scott in the vicinity in the middle of some hot, sweaty arm wrestling. Unfortunately, you can't enjoy it very long since stupid strong Scott beats Damien in no time. No, my boy! But it seems you're not the only one mad at the outcome of this situation. Oh, no shit. This is so unfair! That one didn't count, Scott. We should arm wrestle, but with guns. But bro, I've got these 2 guns already. And by guns, I mean my big arm muscles. Which, just to be clear, are not real guns. Oh, sorry. But still. Shut up, I will murder you! No, no, no! Arm wrestling proves nothing! Do you see who's the very best? We should scream at a huge rock until it breaks, just because of our pure rage and awesomeness. Or we should subdue a tiger with just a scary and manly look. Bro, now you're just quoting stuff from yesterday's episode of Ultimate Warriors of Mount Awesome. Face it, bro, I'm the Ultimate Warrior. No! Arm wrestling doesn't mean shit!
Hey, noob.
Hey you, Oz. Not because arm wrestling isn't going my way, but I've just decided you should settle this tie by proposing a way to decide who's the real Ultimate Warrior around here. I happen to be a registered Ultimate Warrior judge, and I always carry... Like, real ultimate good boys, that's obviously Scott's answer, so whoever can punch the sun in the face. I don't know, bro. That doesn't seem even possible. I'm fucking in! I'm gonna punch that stupid sun right in the face and I'm gonna be the very best. Anyway, I wanted to punch the sun already. That motherfucker thinks he's more fiery than me. Are you sure about this, Damien? Isn't the sun like a big ball of gas? Without any real face on it? That's what a little sun-fearing loser would say. Also, how do you plan to get there to punch it in its face anyway? The sun is like super far, Damien. No, it's like super, super, super far. I'm like 86% sure you can't get there with a ladder. But that 14% is still holding out, Scott. Yeah, Scott, I know, I'm not an idiot. That's why I'll be using a really tall ladder. Okay, it seems the two of you will need to work out the specifics on that later. Nah, bros, I'm out. This plan doesn't sound very nice nor very possible. Also, the sun and I are pen pals. What? I knew good boy Scott wasn't fierce enough to punch the sun in its face.
Damien LaVey, bitches!
But me, I'm Damien fucking LaVey, and I will punch the sun in its fucking face because of all the bad things it's done, like UV radiation and shit. But mostly because of pure gratuitous violence and because I want to become the ultimate warrior no matter what. Are you free the next few weeks, Oz? I'll be needing your smarts to come up with a good plan for not dying while punching the sun. I hope you're ready for some wacky misadventures that will strengthen our bonds, maybe even into the love zone. Fuck yeah, you're ready for that! It's punching the fucking sun time! Oh, and you get +2 creativity and +1 boldness.
All right.
So much fun. Hey look, the wolf pack. We find Scott and Damien immersed in their favorite mobile game. Pokemans Go, based on the classic Pocket Humans. Okay, that one actually makes sense. My Reginald Bosworth uses income tax audit. Oh no, my Lindsay Roberts never saves receipts. It's super effective. Haha, and now for the finishing blow, wait, what? Reginald contracted lymphoma? Reginald's lymphoma deals 500 physical damage to him and 999 emotional damage to him and his loved ones. Ooh, I won again! Why are all your Pokemon so unhealthy, Damien? Because I make them all smoke cigarettes and live next to toxic waste dumps, obviously. Maybe you should stop that? Where's the fun in that? Let's have another match! I need to figure out a voice for these guys. What are you two nerds doing? Nerding around? Nerd up, nerds! That's so gonna change in the future, but that's all I got right now. Whoa, Scott! Is that you? We didn't recognize you under all that nerdery. What are you doing playing a dumb video game for stupid babies? But Pokemans isn't dumb. It's cool, because... No way is Scott gonna come up with anything. But if you do, maybe you can score some points with Scott or Damien. Say nothing, pelt them with steamed vegetables. Oh, vegetables! We hate those! Stop it! Seriously, pelt us with ground beef or something. Or at least some sausages or pig ears. How about some forks and knives? Or some knives and knives. I'm just gonna keep throwing knives. Ah, Damien. These knives are almost as bad as the vegetables! Now they just sound old. Guys, come on! Stop throwing carrots and knives at my cousins! You stop, alright. As soon as the wolf pack have retreated out of range. Nice thinking! Finally! A use for vegetables, am I right? Damien barely remembers to take the knife out of his hand before high-fiving you! He does so, though, so that's a win. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, my dear.
All right.
Okay. We should get a little fun, so we should go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You're wondering if anyone is going to try and punch the sun anytime soon, when suddenly... Sup, Oz, you sun-punch helping motherfucker. You ready to help me punch the sun? Heck yeah, it's what you were born to do. Or something. So I did some research, and it turns out the sun is pretty fucking far from Earth. No shit. Who would have ever guessed this shocking revelation? In fact, it seems like the sun is closer to space than Earth. So to get there, we're gonna need a spaceship. The only question is, where to get one of those things? Spaceship. I don't know. I might fuck this up because I don't know what stats I need. I don't know these stat checks, and if I fail them, then we're not gonna get the fun. Most authoritative. Okay, that would be smarts, I swear. Just check out the school spaceship. I mean, which kind of high school would we be if we didn't have our own regulated high school spaceship? Very bad spaceship +1, at least. That feels like that could be fun, or that it's not bold. And so my second one would be smarts, right? Yes! Wiki how? Is that like WikiWhy, the premier source for existential crises? Because that website is incoherent listicle shit. Damien pulls out his phone and begins to type. How to romance a spaceship in 12 days or less. How to eat an entire spaceship. Here we go. How to build a spaceship. Look at all the stuff we need. A welding torch, titanium alloy, lithium batteries and fuel cells. I already own all of that. I just need to dismantle my antique bomb collection and we'll be good to go to the sun. This spaceship is gonna be built in no time. Look out, son, you smug motherfucker. Motherfucking nearly perfect sphere of hot plasma. Get ready to get that magnetic field you call a face punched. Does the sun call its magnetic field a face? Whatever, it's getting punched either way. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. I am so bold and so fun. I am our first time back and we are already on track for a secret ending. Hot damn. I love this. Okay, now where do we want to go? Let's get a little bit more fun up there. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. Rave. You're talking to Juan the small magical Latino cat when he tells you that you won't ever be as fun as Bob the scary clown. You accept the challenge. You go straight to Bob, stab him several times, open his bleeding chest, and eat some of his guts in order to consume his fun. Really? Do you think that's how this works? Well, it is. You gain +2 fun from poor Bob. Looking around, you see Damien and Liam arguing about whether black metal is better than death metal. Suddenly, Damien stops arguing and sniffs the air. Shut up. Do you smell that? Yeah. It smells like Christian Dior and plot armor. Oh, fuck.
Prepare to die!
It's me, dickheads, and I brought enough crucifixes and holy water for the whole class. Oh, lucky me. I've been meaning to finish my take-home final for AP Murder. Go ahead, just try to kill me. I'm the protagonist, bitch. She's right, unfortunately. This is a well-trod territory. We are, as they say, pretty fucked. Screw that. You got a way to save Damien and Liam without killing anybody. All you have to do is bring everyone to tears with a mind-shattering guitar solo. Throw a brick at her head. You pull out your emergency brick. You pull your emergency brick out of your backpack and chuck it at the Slayer's head. I feel like all the bold options are the really, really violent ones. And I am all here for it. Ow! My consciousness! Of course, plot armor prevents the Slayer from being killed, but allows her to be knocked out when she's being an asshole. I just like the part where the brick hit her head. The three of you work together to drag her to the bathrooms and put her head in the toilet. It's a bonding experience. You gain +2 fun and +1 charm. So this video might end up a little bit longer than I expected it to be, so I'm sorry if that's the case.
Alright.
I wanted to try and keep these in the 20-ish. This may break about 30, but you find Damien and Vera hunched over a scale model of Spooky National Bank made of milk cartons, lunch trays, and ketchup packets. Alright, we'll go in through the side entrance, disable the alarms with an EMP, and blow the safe. Why don't we just blow up the side entrance, blow up the alarms, and blow up the safe? Because we only have so much C4, Damien. That sounds like a personal problem. What's this thing? Damien points at a kosher dill pickle in front of the vault labeled Police Ogre. That's the Police Ogre. He's got eyes all the way around his head, never sleeps, doesn't take bribes, and is invincible in combat. Can we blow him up? No, we can't blow him up. We need to find a way around him. Well, I'm out of ideas. Yo, Oz, we'll cut you in on the heist if you can solve this ogre problem for us. Luckily, you're a heist mastermind. Before Vera or Damien can react, you eat the pickle. Quick as a flash, you snatch the pickle off the table and bite it in half. Yes! Success! Suck it, ogre! That doesn't actually solve the... Look, Vera, now the path to the vault is clear. We can blow it open and walk out with the cash. But the ogre is still there. The map doesn't lie, Vera. I see no ogre. Fine. Why don't you two just rob the bank, then? I'll focus on my illegal drug trade. You're happy to share a romantic heist with Damien. Together you eat the actual ogre, just like you ate the pickle, and everyone knows police ogres are the ultimate aphrodisiac. Jesus Christ. And again, I have no idea how loud I am, so maybe this has been super quiet, in which case I am sorry. Let's go back to the bathroom. That day you visit the bathrooms to take a number 2. Don't worry, there won't be an illustration of that specific moment. Thing is, you make one of the boldest decisions in your life. You don't put paper on the toilet seat before using it. Do people do that? Am I gross? Is that a thing people do? Look at you, you crazy bastard. You gain +2 boldness and probably +1 staphylococcus, with a slight chance of +1 STD. 1 tow truck, 2 tons of rocket fuel, and 3 gallons of whiskey later, you and Damien are ready to fly to space and punch the sun. Looks like everything's packed. I've got the beef jerky sandwiches, my sun-punching gloves, and I even renamed the ship. You see that Damien has painted SS fuck on the side of the rocket in blood. Of course you have. Alright, son, are you ready to get punched? Too bad, because we're coming to... Stop right there, evildoer! Oh, great. The good grade brigade. Oh, motherfucker. Come to shit in the punch bowl. What do you nerds want? To put an end to your nefarious scheme, of course. We'll admit to being a bit surprised that a mere secondary character turned out to be this season's big bad. Secondary character? To fly into space itself, intent on delivering a deadly blow to the very sun, giver of life, banisher of darkness. It is a plan truly befitting of the climax of our mid-season arc. You must be stopped. What the dog dick are you guys talking about? I just want to punch the sun because the sun is dumb. And to prove to Scott that I'm the ultimate warrior. We are not fooled. We know your true motives, and we will not rest until you are defeated. I do not have time for this shit. Oz, can you get rid of these dweebs? I'd do it, but the police say I've already exceeded my murder quota for the week. No way are you letting these witches get between you and your red spicy man crush. But what to do? Forge an elaborate scroll. Proving that you're... That's smart. I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose this so bad. Because I'm not looking shit up. I'm gonna lose this so bad. Yep. Wait, you want to forge a scroll while the coven is standing right in front of you? Are you sure? Of course you are. You clicked the option, didn't you? Why do I even bother? I thought that was going to be the smart one. You whip some toilet paper out of your backpack and get to work. What are you doing? Vandalism! Hell yeah! Oh no, wait. Art! Lame. Lame is right. You should know just because you write ancient prophecy, spooky, on a roll of toilet paper doesn't make it true. And the only other thing you have in here is the word sun and a frowny face. This isn't very pretentious at all. Also, why does your handwriting look exactly like Comic Sans? Okay, this clearly isn't working. Time for Plan B. Plan B is tying you to a tree with a roll of toilet paper. You lose -2 charm and -1 fun. Yeah. I've completely lost it. I've derailed it because I failed the stat check on an important thing. Into the thing. This is a learning experience. I was so excited. I was so excited. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You're casually chatting with Juan the small magical Latino cat. You start telling him that hilarious story of what happened last summer at Monster Camp. You know which one. The one involving the beehive, the blow-up doll of the president, the penguin mask, and the mystery of the Goblin King. Slowly, lots of people start joining you to hear the story. By the time you say where the Goblin King was, 100 or so people burst into hysterical laughter. You turn on a mobile app that captures all the laughter and turns it into +2 fun. You're doing your thing when a wild Damien suddenly appears. Hey you! You look like you have nothing better to do. I need a mount for the prom because walking is for losers. And also because I lost my driver's license after I drove my motorcycle through another Sunday school picnic. But I won't take just any lame-ass mount. I need the best creature in hell. So let's brainstorm. If you don't answer in the next 10 seconds, I'm putting a bit in your mouth and riding you. Kinky. What about that giant gelatinous 50-nosed creature at your house that spits bile and eats corpses? Damn it! Yep, we've lost this one. Are you talking about Grandma? You want me to ride my grandma into prom? Would you ride your grandma? Oh shit, what if they think she's my date? It's bad enough I have to feed her and bathe her every night. You know, you look about the right size to be a grandma treat. You're pretty sure that's not a compliment. You flee before you can find out for sure. You lose -2 charm and -1 fun. It's a learning experience. You're not going to be able to take Damien to prom. It's a learning experience. We can still try. You find Damien and Vera contemplating a huge slab of unidentifiable prime meat. Alright, Damien, I know we had our share of disagreements during this convoluted poaching expedition. Like when you told me not to bring all my knives. But I trust we can now put our differences behind us and enjoy the fruits of our labors. You mean the meats of our labors? Yes. Together we will enjoy this raw, bloody cut of meat as a symbol of our... Wait, raw and bloody? You mean you're not even going to try to use fire on it? Of course I used fire. I specifically instructed the chef to prepare this meat while glancing briefly at a stove. Did the fire ever, touch the meat? What would be the point of that? A cut this fine can only be eaten ultra rare. Like hell I can! You wait here while I get my culinary flamethrower. Of course you have one of those. Damien, please! Let's be reasonable about this. What is reasonable? If we can't come to an agreement, let's appeal to an arbitrary third party. Oz will surely make the intelligent choice for us, isn't that right? The only correct way to enjoy a steak is after its charred remains have been retrieved from a burning building. That's what I like to hear. That and the sounds of screaming people fleeing a burning building. But roasting totally destroys the flavor of... Done talking! Fire time now! As you flee screaming from the burning building, you find Damien right beside you. He takes your hand and smiles. It almost makes the third-degree burns and massive property damage worth it. And at least he's not feeding me to Grandma. I was so close! I was so close! Let's go back to the bath. No, let's... My charm is terrifyingly low, so why not? That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. It's later when you're minding your own business and definitely not doodling pictures of Damien in your notebook, when you see Damien making his way over to you, and at which point you definitely do not need to hide your drawings. Yo, so here's the thing. You know what I think most people are pretty much 100% awful fuckdoors? I actually think you're only 70% awful fuckdoor, tops. In fact, I actually think you're kind of rad. I've been meaning to get a new tattoo since nothing as rad as intentionally sticking needles into yourself. To create a permanent image on your skin for fucking ever. And I thought maybe we could get matching tattoos, if you can come up with something rad for us. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's your chance once and for all convince Damien of how awesome you are. Don't fuck this up. It's time to suggest the baddest, raddest, maddest tattoo of all time, which is an on-fire pentagram made out of pentagrams, and those pentagrams are made out of guns that shoot pentagrams, and the pentagrams are on fire, and the fire is on fire. Oh my fuck. That's the most metal thing I've ever heard. I made a good choice with you. Maybe the pentagrams that are pentagrams could be made of pentagrams that are pentagrams. And the fire can be sentient, and the pentagrams can hate their deadbeat uncle. And the guns end up on TV because they won't eat their vegetables, and maybe the pentagrams are also ex-convicts. These will be the raddest tattoos ever. Let's go get them right now and have them on both of our bodies together forever. What? You're about to get badass matching tattoos with Damien. This is the raddest, coolest, dopest, most lit thing to have ever happened, and now you'll be tied together for eternity. You gain the sickest tattoo of all time, as well as +2 boldness and +1 charm. Do we have enough hearts? I know we're not getting the secret ending, but do we have enough hearts?
Alright.
Damien, please. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you. Prom? I guess we can get so wasted that we end up burning stuff down, right? That sounds like a rad date to me.
Rad!
Let's burn stuff down together till dawn.
Love is metal!
Prom night was crazy intense. At one point, a classmate of yours criticized how Damien is always getting into fistfights, for which Damien punched him, starting yet another fistfight. You joined in and fought with him back to back. It was a super sexy choreographed fight, and you even exchanged trusting glances while watching over each other's backs. And that wasn't the only time that night you took care of Damien's rare. Wink! Alright, cool. Oz, most likely to make Pluto a planet again, Damien best at violence. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened. And it was wonderful. Damien became an interior designer specializing in torture machines. Last month, Vogue magazine called his products the refined marriage between macabre and chic. Liam kept doing art so hard he eventually evaporated and became the concept of coolness itself. As he left the physical plane, the last thing Liam did was give everyone a condescending look. Scott became an athlete. Not so long ago, he won a prestigious national award for being the best at doing sports. For those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone. Just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Alright! I'm still disappointed, because that would have been like an epic start to this whole thing, just getting straight into a secret ending. And I fucked it up. But, like I said, it's a learning experience. Because basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking all of this information, I'm going to be making a whole ass Word document, and I'm going to be tracking every interaction that I've had, and then what the stat for the choice that I made was, and whether I got the good interaction or the bad interaction, so that I can kind of check those off later, because I have looked up kind of, what do you call it? I've looked up kind of like a master list of this stuff to try and check it off, and I haven't really found one that is complete. Most of them are usually missing things, so I'm going to make my own master list. So we're just gonna let these credits, okay, we're just about near the end of the credits, I think. So once we're back on the main menu, then we'll call it. I was a little afraid of this going too long, but I think a little over, a little bit over half an hour, is good. Unlocked an erotic fanfic about dragons. This is about to get weird. I don't know where my mouse is. There we go. Unlocked 9 new images in the gallery. Alright! So that was it. That was our first Monster Prom recorded video. And our first video back, because as of recording this, I gotta be honest, I don't know if I put the Baldur's Gate video up already or not. So, yeah. It was a fun return. Definitely nice to be back. So, see you on the flip side. Elisa out.